Alright, welcome one and all to a new episode here of me doing random bullshit. So, honestly, I've kind of ran out of albums to review, so for the moment, and that's mainly because honestly I haven't been doing a lot of albums, let alone ones from this year. So instead we're going to be doing an Out of the Park baseball series. I love this game. It's probably my favorite game I've done, I've ever played. So we're gonna do a new custom game. I was originally gonna maybe do a MLB save, but I haven't really been able to find a team that I actually like managing this year. So we're gonna do a custom game, and we're gonna go probably. We're gonna do our MLB setup. So 30 teams, 3 divisions, and 2 sub-leagues. That's usually how the MLB is set up. However, this time we're gonna basically make it so all the team names are, for the most part, randomly generated. There will be exceptions, and you'll see what I mean once the teams are generated. I will also name the league, something other than whatever the default is, which I think is just the fictional baseball league. We're gonna call the league, I think, the All American Baseball Association, the AABA. But I don't know if that name really, no. We're gonna go with the first let's actually name the league here, we'll get to everything else later. The All American Baseball Federation, because all the teams will be based in America, the AABF. We will have, I think, every minor league except, or maybe we'll just have, no, we're going to have all of them. Just to make it more interesting, I suppose. And then we're going to, or maybe no, I usually just do the top 3. I don't know if I necessarily want a rookie league team. I might keep short season and just rename it to rookie league. I don't know. But I think for the moment, we'll actually just do the 3 leagues here, and then I think we're good there. For the sub leagues, we'll basically call them largely the same. We'll call them the American uh, Association, I guess. Or no, the American. No, we'll do we'll do the same names as in real life. The AL and the NL, the American League, and the National League. And let's see what teams we have, because there's going to be, like, for example, there's a team in New Orleans in the East Division, which isn't really great. And I want to sort of first measure how many states, because I know, for example, they're Arizona, for example. This is what I mean. Mesa and Tucson both have teams, yet it looks like Phoenix doesn't. That's pretty unrealistic, but I honestly I might just keep it because I want to see just what teams we end up getting here just by randomly rolling basically the wheel of chance and seeing what teams we get by the game. There's the Chicago Magicians. I do like that team name, but I don't know if I'm going to go. The Atlanta Checkers. I know there was an old minor league team Atlanta had called the Crackers of all fucking things, and it's pretty funny. I do like the New York Boomers. That's perfectly accurate to where I live. I live near New York City, and it's full of boomers, so that's not fun. Not a fun life. But the Boston Imperials, I do like that team name. Very good. I might manage them, but we'll see if there's a better team name. The Detroit Wild Things, it's honestly not a good team name. Jacksonville Diamonds, I know the Diamonds, actually, I'd rather just start the save now. Hold on. We're actually going to pick a team later, I think. We'll do that later when I'm going to start off unemployed, I think, which is actually pretty accurate to how I am right now in real life, but whatever. We're not going to do a fantasy draft. I'd rather just the game generates everything. To me, that's a lot more interesting, I'd say. If changed, no. 3 games. Sure, I guess. Next step, use scouting. We are not going to do that. I like just sort of seeing, and I usually use 20 to 80 values. Should I use star ratings? I used to, but now I don't. I like the 20 to 80 values more, personally, at this point. No fictional pictures, just to make sure the game actually runs a bit quicker. Maybe I'll do major league players only for the player pictures there, and then the coach. But the only thing is that means that it'll have to generate everything. Kind of annoying, but I mean it won't be that bad, hopefully. Major league players only. Sure, no fictional pictures though. And we're going to disable automatic evolution. It would be interesting potentially, but I don't want like a billion teams in the league. And I don't, or you know what, I'll change the settings a bit later when it comes to league evolution as well. We're just going to enable it for the moment, but there will be some things I do not want to see. YouTube save. The AABF, the All-American Baseball Federation. We're not going to be playing with commissioner mode, and I can get fired. If I get fired, then I guess the save will just end because I don't really want to like bounce around from one team to another. I could theoretically if like another major league team wants to hire me, but if I get fired too soon, I'll probably just not have another offer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. My first name is J, my last name is G. That is definitely true, and those are definitely not just my initials. Trust me. Anyways, parent team logos, and of course it'll also have to create all the minor league team logos because I did enable I think the first 3 levels of the minor league. So there's AAA, AA, and a single A, but there's no low A or high A because the high A is just single A, and then there's no rookie leagues. The reason I did that was honestly because I don't really want to deal with the minor leagues that much, and in the beginning it won't really matter that much. I don't really want to, and now we have to actually pick a team. Damn. I could pick one now where I could like force my way in, but I'd rather just do it now. So Albuquerque, no. Brooklyn, no. Detroit, no. El Paso, no. Fort Wayne Hustlers, I do like the logo, to be honest about it, but like the name just doesn't really work well for me, I'm sorry. Houston Dragons, no. Indianapolis Revolution, no. Jacksonville Diamonds, again, a decent logo. I think the team name is decent as well, but I don't know necessarily what the team looks like. I'm grabbing my notebook. So that way I can write down like what teams I want to manage and all of that, I guess. Here we are. So we're gonna first write down. I guess I could do Fort Worth potentially. I guess Dallas probably. Yeah, Dallas has the Mallards in the National League. We're gonna, I think, choose. I'm not gonna choose a team right now. I know I said I was going to, but I don't think I will. So first up, we're gonna write down the 420 Hustlers, and the rule is I have to pick the worst team of the ones I want to manage. Because I don't know, why not? Fort Wayne Hustlers, and then we have the Jacksonville Diamonds. Again, a lot of teams will be in like the major 3 states of California, Texas, and Florida. It is very weird. I don't really know why. But it is the way it is, I guess. Diamonds. The Las Vegas Aztecs is a good team name. I don't really want to manage a team in Vegas, though, so I will not. The New Orleans Brewers, no. The San Antonio Aviators, I also like the sound of, for sure. And the logo is also not complete. It kind of is. I think we're gonna limit myself to 3 per league to pick from at most, because I feel like or else it's gonna just be like all the teams. And do I want to pick between the Tucson Marksmen or San Antonio Aviators? Because I do like the look of the Marksmen. I think we're gonna go with the Marksmen. Also, I don't know, why not? And there we are. And then we have the National League. I actually like the look of the Atlanta Checkers. They have a pretty cool logo. The Mesa Axemen. Mesa? The Mesa Axemen, I guess. I don't know how to really pronounce that town name, to be honest. The Atlanta Checkers, though, I do like the look of. The Boston Imperials don't really have a good logo, so that is kind of swaying me away from them. Then there's also the Chicago Magicians, and I think the Chicago Magicians I do want to manage, to be honest about it. I think I'm gonna remove Fort Wayne from the list. Actually, I will probably, yeah. The logo is decent, but there isn't really anything to. I don't really like the name, to be honest. And then we also have the Kansas City Tartans. I don't know what the hell is a tartan. A tartan? I need to search up what the hell that actually is. Hold on a second. I'm gonna ask Brave here. What is? I don't know if you're able to see this. I don't think you're able to. What is a tartan? I need to ask Brave because I've never heard of that word in my entire life. I swear right now I've never heard of it, and it's taking forever. Please just tell me. What the hell is it? It is a Yeah, this is taking forever because every time I record a video, it has to take like 3 fucking hours to actually get anything done. You know what? Honestly, 3, 2, 1, yeah, I'm giving up. We're not gonna manage them because of that. I don't know what the hell a tartan even is. I think outside of those teams, though, yeah, there aren't really any ones that I like. outside of the Diamonds, Marksmen, and Magicians. Honestly, the Marksmen, the Tucson, is it Tucson? I usually call it Tucson, but I think it's pronounced Tucson. Tucson, yeah. The Tucson Marksmen, I think, are the team we're going to manage here. Let's hope they're not good. Because I don't really want to begin with the best team off the bat. That's not my... Actually, in that case, I could also just put myself into commissioner mode. And no, we're going to manage them off the bat, I guess. And we'll just hope that they're not a good team. It doesn't really matter, per se. I will manage them anyways, but... Just in case I don't want them necessarily being the best team in the league off the bat. I want actually to manage a bad team, to be completely honest about it. And let's see, are they good or are they complete crap? They seem actually pretty good. They have some good players. Not anything exceptional, I'd say. This does not make it. Oh no, Troy Hess, and he is Caucasian. That barely looks Caucasian to me, but again, I'm not the judge of that. I suppose. I guess that's. I won't question the game's infallible wisdom. I suppose. Whatever. Anyway, so I need to turn off. I think it was it baseball cards. I don't think they're in here anymore. Sharing from other teams, enable owner goals. I usually don't like them, but I'll keep it anyways, just obviously. Preseason predictions automatic. Enable what the hell are storylines though? It's just like, I don't know. Whatever, I'm not going to deal with it right now. Players and team. Enable injuries. Well, yeah, that would make sense. Both frequencies are high. What the fuck? Honestly, I hate that, but I guess delayed injury diagnosis. Can we like lower this one to normal? I guess very high is the realistic modern day. Are you fucking? Oh, great. Um, I might just move it down to normal because I've had to deal with plenty of times where like this shit will just fuck up everything and I absolutely hate it. I'm just gonna lower them both to normal. I know that technically is cheating. Or no, I'll keep this one at high, I think. Or maybe I'll move it up to very high. No, I won't. I don't know. I don't necessarily need it being realistic. We're not even managing an MLB thing anyways. No, we'll do them both normal because of that. Technically, it isn't, it's normal. I might also do never delayed, but I feel like that would kind of be under, whatever gives a shit. It's my league. Enable suspensions, obviously. Use player personality ratings, show player nicknames, use team chemistry system, player morale system, sure, whatever. Disable player development? Well, that sounds like a really shitty idea. Disable development for draft eligible players. Why? Disable lab specific rating changes in completion email. Disable player development focus. Allow potential to influence minor league results. Honestly, I never knew that was actually the case, but alright. Major league players only, that's already what I did. I need the, what is it, the baseball cards gone. I don't know where to find them, but... Update general, on status update. Create player face gen pictures. Picture search mode. I don't really on status updates. I don't know. I guess the first option of January 1st might be easier, potentially. On they're already gone. Thank God. Free agents wear suits. That I kind of want that, but yeah, no, it's gonna look kind of weird. I'm not doing that. Face gen color mode will do normal. Yeah. AI settings. Trading difficulty is a bit more difficult. I've never liked that. I don't know why they even have the difficulty. It should just be whatever the hell, but alright. Database, I'm not dealing with that. Alright, here we are. League and teams, we're not really going to mess with those first two there. The DH, alright. The DH, we are going to, I think, we'll keep it enabled for both. I usually like rolling out with pitchers, but just in case they end up doing something great. But honestly, we're probably not going to see that. So we'll just have the designated hitter anyways, I guess. Reliever, minimum batters face modified extra innings, allow ties. Allow ties. I could do that. Maybe after like the 15th inning, but I don't really want to do that for this save at least. If I could have like a point system, that'd be cool. But outside of that, they're just dead weight games. And also having a lot of extra innings is pretty cool. So I'm not gonna do that. Active roster size. Postseason roster rules. I might disable that. Honestly, it just kind of pisses me off. But, we'll keep it. I guess. Expanded roster size is just 40. That usually isn't how it works, but... Oh no, it turns out it's disabled anyways, it seems. International complex limit, international practice size. Spring training, I'm going to turn off spring training. Where the hell is it? I think it's in options, and yeah, we're just going to do that right now, and then we'll deal with the rest later. Enable trading, that will allow, I don't really like veterans having the right to veto trades, it just pisses me off. This I've never liked. Draft pick trading, I will turn on. Should I? You know what? I think I will. I like trading draft picks. It doesn't matter much. The game isn't like draft picks aren't really valued too much, I'd say, in this game, but whatever. And for the number of draft rounds, it is 12. I could also lower it, but I have to be careful about lowering it because we do have minor leagues here. I might raise it to 15 and we'll just make the generate rounds like 18 or something like that. I don't really want to go through 15 rounds, but it might be necessary. I don't know. We'll see. No, we're gonna do 15 rounds. Or no, I could also. No, we'll keep it at 12 for the moment. Enable amateur draft combine. I don't really like dealing with that, so I will not. Enable advanced draft deciding. I usually don't like dealing with it, but it is kind of necessary if I want to even make it slightly realistic. Not like it really matters, but it would make at least some sense that we have advanced draft design. Expansion teams will draft first if they're ever there, and allow major league deals for what the hell does this mean? Won't tell me. Great. And we're not gonna have a draft lottery. It just pisses me off, so we're not gonna do it. Financials, not really much I want to necessarily deal with. Expansion and team relocation, I'm fine with. Team nickname change is honestly kind of useless. Outside of that, though, everything else can get the hell out of here. Team nickname change I may keep. No, we're gonna remove it because I'm only really fine with the team adding new teams or teams relocating. Actually, I don't know if necessarily that means if a team relocates they keep the same name. So we'll actually keep the first three, but the rest will still be turned off. And I think the rest is fine. We don't really need historical shit in here. MVP award, the pitcher award, sure. I don't really like pitchers. I really don't really like relievers. If we're going to have a reliever award, then I don't think relievers should be able to win there, and I don't think pitchers should be able to win there. Rookie of the Year award, we should really have like an International Player of the Year award option, but I would have to add that, and I don't know if there's necessarily a way I can do that and have it actually work, so I don't know. Offense by position award name. Defense award, manager award. I don't really like the offense by position award. It just seems pretty stupid to me. I might also remove some of the reliever one. I don't know. I have to think about it. Because honestly, I don't really like relievers much anyways. But in that case, I should also probably make it, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just make sure relievers can't win anything. Ha ha ha, I guess. But I might remove the offense by position award. Should I? Yeah, honestly, it kind of clogs up. Like, if you've ever seen it clogs up a lot of the other shit. Like, if I look at a player, I won't do it now, but basically, what I mean by this is it'll clog up this area. It'll be very annoying, and I don't really like dealing with that. So I'm gonna remove the offense by position award. Or, you know what? No, I'll keep it for the moment. But maybe I'll do some rule changes like 10 years in. Or I think at the beginning of each decade, I'll probably change some things, I guess. If I remember to do that, I don't know. Forced start on certain weekday. What? Is that like the forced start of the season? Or whatever. Auto adjust start date of matching XML schedule found. Game times. Default. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. So, 3 games. That's okay. Schedule interleague play. I am going to enable it because more opponents. I'm totally in favor of that. Allow rainouts. No. Schedule spring training. No. Hold all-star game. Sure. I do like the idea of the All-Star game deciding the home field. I don't know if I necessarily like it. You know what? No, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna do that. Force all teams to be represented. Sure. Force use of the designated hitter in the All-Star game. Well, we already have it in both leagues, so that's okay. Hold All-Star prospects game. Uh, sure. Yeah, sure. Might as well. I could also do the U.S. versus the world or by sub-league. I'm personally would rather do it by sub-league. Just better. Forced use of DH in the All-Star game. Well, I mean, actually, we already went over that. I could also do the full home run challenge. We'll do that. Why not? And then now I guess we'll do the custom playoffs here. What the hell do we have? So currently it's 6 teams make the playoffs, like in the actual MLB. My thinking was either moving it up to 8, but I feel like honestly that would be a pretty bad idea. If the league expands to like 32 teams, then yeah, I'll definitely do all of that. But I think for the moment we'll keep it like this. Also, I'm gonna rename it from the World Series to the All American Classic. We'll call it the AAC. We'll call it the American Classic. I don't know if I like the All American Classic, but we'll call it the American Classic Series. The America Series. I could do that. The American Series. I could do that because the All American Series. You know what? Why not? All American Series. Just do AS. And then we're going to do the league, the championship series. The LCS would actually be the correct one to use there. The division series, which was DS, and the wildcard series, wildcard, yeah, alright. I might just keep it the same, even no. No, actually, that means the All-Star series. You know what, yeah, we'll just keep it as the World Series, even though it is all American teams, but it doesn't really matter much, to be honest with you. I might alter it so maybe there's a 7th team in the playoffs, like in the NFL, for example. So only one team will get a bye week, which could be a lot more interesting. I don't know. Personally, that might be the move here. And also so that way I don't rage at the fact that I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, I think we're going to have 7 teams like in the NFL rather than 6. Actually, no. For the moment, we'll keep it at the regular. Or maybe I only make it 5. That could be even more interesting, personally. Or 4. I could also just do 4. But yeah, then only like one wild card game is played, and that just isn't cool. Honestly, I might just not have a wild card series to begin, even though that is gonna make my job. No, we're just gonna keep it as it usually is. But we are gonna make this best of 1. No, we're not. Fuck it. Do I just keep it as is? I do kind of want to make this best of 5. Maybe I'll make it 7-5-3-1. Like the league championships will be 5, division series 3, and then the wild card series 1. But honestly, I don't really want to do all that. Or you know what? It will make things go by a lot quicker, but it also does mean a lot of the championships will be pretty much decided on like bullshit. So I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't want to jumping from 1 to 5 though. That's the only thinking I don't really want to do. And I guess are we mostly done here? Yeah, we basically are. Default player origin for the amateur draft. Again, if it's called the All American League, fuck Canada, fuck Puerto Rico. We're not having any players from there. Get out of here. Get out of here. Thank you. It's gonna be 99% American because that's kind of the point of this league to some degree. International scouting discovery, international established free agents. I'm fine with from Cuba. Wouldn't really make sense for the concept of this league. South Korea, Chinese Taipei, Taiwan, basically. Mexico, lowered it to 1%. And honestly, I think England is usually the nation. I used to create leagues in England, like in my saves. I don't really do that anymore because it doesn't make sense. And why would England want to play baseball unless it's like the MLB? But in hindsight, I guess we'll just add it because why the hell not? And we'll just So those are going to be the major leagues, I suppose. There. International scouting discoveries. There we go. We'll just keep it all the same because I'm already kind of taking up a lot of time. 5-man rotation, starting yeah, whatever. And then I guess now the question is, we'll go over the team. I think next episode. I'm already taking over like 25 minutes of time here. I hope you all enjoyed episode 1, and I'll see you all like probably later today when I upload the second episode. That's about it. Goodbye.